Trent Alexander-Arnold's team Liverpool are actually in FA Cup action against Wolverhampton Wanderers this evening. A team they lost to actually in the Premier League just a few nights ago, losing 2-1 in what was considered to be a very surprising result, and one which just underlines the frustrations for Liverpool and Arne Slot in the Premier League. The champions resigned to the fact that they are no longer really defending their title. It's certainly going to be between Manchester City and more likely to be Arsenal. Here is Diaz now on the right hand side, back out towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. One touch from Tukameli. Straight to a blue shirt. Rudiger just having to do a little bit of clearing up. Into Goulet, he can't quite control it, then goes on a run to get it back as Diaz. Vigo just struggling to get beyond the halfway line as we get on up to the half-hour mark. It's Celta Vigo 1, Real Madrid 1. A win for Real Madrid will take them to win 1 point of the leaders Barcelona, but they'll have a game in hand. Celta Vigo just doing a little bit of defending once again. They're forced to sort of go long, and despite the efforts from Iglesias there, he's gone in on a couple of occasions trying to get the ball back, and I think it was just one too many judged by the referee, so he's now gone in the book. So he's on the score sheet, and he's got himself a yellow card as a result of the challenge. Tukamene, the other goal scorer in this game, was actually Mendy, I beg your pardon, has gone down, and then he took out Tukamene, and it is the other goal scorer that is still on the floor. We just wonder if we're going to have the trainer on. He's still down at the moment. Is Tukamene. Opportunity for Celta Vigo players just to give him a few instructions. Just seeing pictures of Dani Carvajal there. One of the most decorated players for Real Madrid. I wonder how he would have dealt with that situation down the Real Madrid left-hand side, which Trent Alexander-Arnold did not deal with very well. He's not covered himself in glory at all. Neither has Tukamene or Rudiger, to be honest with you. Also Asensio, fingers maybe have to be pointed to him. There were 3 players around Iglesias when he scored it, neither one of them close enough to be able to get the ball. Just wonder how, even with his let's just say older legs, I wonder if he would have got to that one. Dani Carvajal. Play resumes. Free kick taken. Real Madrid coming inside now. Valverde looking for options. Plays it to Rudiger. Mendy on it. Vinicius Junior looking to turn a pace. Switches it from left to right. Good control from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Valverde once again. The Englishman gets it back. Little shimmy. Gets the cross in. It's low and disappointing. It's cleared up rather than away. Iglesias using all of his strength and speed to try and get round the Real Madrid player, and he's now found himself surrounded by black shirts. The ball is taken away from him. Now Real Madrid can come forward. Here is Mendy with his orange boots. Vinicius Junior out towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. The cross is low and in, and it found themselves with a throw in. Just landed on the wrong side of the flag for Real Madrid. Good tackle there from Goulet to deny Iglesias going forward any further, as Rudiger gives it back to Courtois. Did pull off a really good close range save earlier on. Stuttgart was offside, but he didn't know that, neither did the goalkeeper. But I think he was left deserted for the goal, if I'm being completely honest with you. Don't think you can blame him too much for that one. Here is Putak into the middle to Comende. Valverde is free. 35 minutes we're just approaching now. Back to the captain, another very highly decorated player for Real Madrid, Valverde. Been there, done it all, it seems. Here is Asensio out towards Rudiger. It's a little bit calmer now for Real Madrid. Over the top it goes. Diaz getting on the end of it. Goulet coming in. Shot from Tucumende, similar to where he scored the goal from, actually just outside the area. This time the Frenchman blazes it over the bar. One in this game. The Estadio Abanca Baldeos. Long ball forward from Radu. Iglesias tries to control it, but Real Madrid midfield back to give it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Switches it over to Mendy. Lovely control from him. Rudiger, the German, back to Courtois. Gives it to Asensio just outside the Real Madrid area. Valverde comes in for support. Little give and go there from Diaz. And Goulet once more. Gives it to Rudiger, looking for options. Decides to go back to Courtois, who's just outside his own area. Lovely bit of passing and moving once again from Real Madrid. And Valverde's creating a little bit of space for himself. He's got the runner of Vinicius Jr. and Mendy just outside him. Decides to use the latter. Valverde on it once again. Really is pulling the strings, Valverde, at the moment. I wonder if he's been given a bit of a free roll from Arbeloa there. He's popping up in all sorts of places, really, Valverde. He seems to be a bit of a law unto himself at the moment. Not that that's a bad thing. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Here is Goulet once more. He can't quite keep control of it. Carrera coming out with it. Still he goes. Sweetberg just couldn't quite keep control of it in the end. Trent Alexander-Arnold, right hand side, got a bit of time to pick out a pass. Does so. Here's to Comende. Vinicius Jr. coming inside now. That burst of pace, little flick on it towards the edge of the area. Putak can't keep control of it. Valverde coming out with it once more. Here is Asensio just beyond the centre circle in opposition territory. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Goulet, forward it goes to Diaz. Can't quite control it. That's allowed Sweetberg to get on it. Iglesias can't quite control it. Tucumene comes out and gets it into the centre circle. Out quickly it goes to Mendy. Inside to Putak. Tucumene coming and pulling some strings. Nice little clever back heel to Rudiger, who's coming forward. Asensio now. Right hand side. Diaz once more. Finds Asensio. Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right hand side. Gives it into Diaz, who's just turned away from the edge of the area. Tries a little bit of a trick and then gives it to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Manages to get the cross in. It's too close to the keeper. He's going to catch it with relative ease. No one around him really.